Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. You're listening to the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth. I'm your host, the Game Master, and today we're talking about the Skrull Civil War, Doctor Doom, the Shadow, Superman analogs, and just all sorts of stuff. But before we get into that, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and leave us a comment. That helps us out with the YouTube algorithm, but also we love hearing from you guys. We've got an awesome community here, and that's thanks to you. So thank you so much for being here. So, all that said, let's dive in. Prologue to today's story takes place in the new Mongolian Empire, where the Shadow is being held prisoner. The soldiers there have been ordered to not enter the area where he is being held, because if they did, he could control their minds. Instead, the only person to bring him food is the daughter of Khan, who has the same powers her father did. So she is immune to the Shadow's mind tricks. He's here for a while until eventually a rat enters his cell and he takes control of the rat's mind, causing it to bring him the key he needs to escape. Then, once he does, he clouds men's minds, making himself invisible. He arms himself and then tries to take out Chi Wan Khan. But when he does, he recognizes the plot twist. Shi Wan Khan already passed away, and the leader of this new Mongolian empire is an illusion, just a puppet. And the puppet master is Khan's daughter, the true power behind the throne. She goes to take Cranston his supper, but by the time she gets there, he's long gone. Then we get to the main plot of this one, which picks up where we left off with that Doombot that thought it was the real Doctor Doom. We had introduced two groups of villains in our game world. One were robots, one were Skrulls, and both were assuming the identities of classic Marvel villains. Skrull Loki fought the Doombot and almost won. Then the Doombot used personality transfer, so it won. But now its mind was trapped in the body of Skrull Loki. The Doombot in the body of Skrull Loki, who from here on out I'm just going to refer to as Doom for short, finally arrives on the Skrull homeworld, where a civil war is taking place between two rival groups of Skrulls. One faction is good and one is bad. Right now, the good Skrulls rule, and the evil ones have been trying to overthrow them using pirated versions of the technology that was once used to create the Super Skrull. Doom gets his hands on a technological copy of Thor's hammer. Since he thinks he's the original Doom, one of his goals is to literally travel to the realm of Mephisto and recover the soul of the mother of the original Doom. Doom hoped the hammer's ability to travel from Earth to Asgard might allow him to travel to the realm of Mephisto, but it doesn't work like that. So he falls back on plan B. If the evil Skrull rebels can copy Thor's hammer, then maybe they can make a copy of the Infinity Gauntlet. So Doom presses all the right buttons and the machine does its thing. But trying to make such a powerful artifact is beyond the machine's abilities. And as such, the machinery is destroyed. So ironically, Doom just screwed over the Skrull rebels big time. But of course, he doesn't care. The machine does create a gauntlet, but the gems are messed up. We literally made a list of every power in the DC Heroes role playing game. Then we rolled to randomly determine the strength of each individual power. Suffice it to say, the rebels detect that Doom had to reroute power from their other stuff to power the machinery and ultimately destroy their machines that were their primary weapon in this war. So the Skrulls are furious with him, the evil ones, I mean. And Doom attacks them with what we jokingly referred to as the finite gauntlet. Even though it did not give him infinite power, he still defeats a bunch of random Skrull villains like Skrull Abomination, Skrull Green Goblin, Skrull Red Skull, etc. He also fights the brother of Skrull Loki, who shapeshifts into the World Serpent. But due to the finite gauntlet, Doom wins. Then Doom returns to Earth wearing a Skrull copy of the Doom armor. And when he gets there, his ship is intercepted by the Skrull villains on Earth. They'd been warned by their fellow Skrull rebels in space, and their equipment allowed them to track the ship that Doom stole. So the Skrull villains on Earth intercept Doom and attack, destroying his ship, and they get into a very public fight. But as before, Doom wins. Doom monologues about going to the realm of Mephisto to retrieve the soul of his mother, but that's when the Superman analogues show up. They dogpile Doom, and he starts to attack them. He uses the Skrull copy of the Soul Gem, specifically powers like Mystic Blast, which takes advantage of his enemy's vulnerability to magical attacks. So Super Lion tackles Doom. And for those who don't know, we did a Super Lion episode recently. Check that out for more information. But Super Lion is a clone of Superman taken from the Were Lion version of Superman from the Silver Age. So Super Lion is stronger than Silver Age Superman. He has more regeneration, etc. And he tackles Doom, knocking him through the door of a bar and into the Continuum Bar and Grill, where Superman Red is the bartender. Superman Red, who used to have the real Infinity Gauntlet, by the way, and Super Lion then take Doom back out of the bar door and into the dimension that Maldor the Dark Lord was from. And just like the real Infinity Gems, these Skrull knockoffs lose their powers when you take them out of their home dimension. So Superman Red and Super Lion beat Doom until he loses consciousness. Then Super Lion finishes him off. Then we get to the epilogue. The dead Skrull Infinity Gems are taken to President Kent. Also, the Shadow, aka Lamont Cranston, meets with the president to tell her what's going on in Asia right now. As a Kryptonian under the effects of Earth's yellow sun, she uses her super intelligence to make the right calls and send people where they need to go. And that was it for this one. We liked it. We hope that you did too. If so, as always, smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and leave us a comment. And from all of us here at the longest running superhero role playing game on Earth, we hope you have a good one, and we'll see you in the next adventure.